Alright, I'm starting a little late on this video, but on this one I am doing the oil cooler lines for my 2014 Silverado 1500. If you can see here, this line here started leaking. It's all aluminum and whatnot, so that started leaking, and I was trying to figure out why before every oil change my my oil light comes on, said it's low. So I go in here and check in. That's the only thing that I can see that's losing oil. Everything on the oil pan is tight. There's no signs of leaks there or anything like that. So I bought this line. The only place that I could find it from was partsgeek.com. The dealerships really don't like to sell you too many things like this. This looks like the perfect fit. It comes with the new what's the name of the doggone thing? The new gasket and everything behind there. So it's fairly simple if you're mechanically inclined. It makes it a lot easier if you take your the part of your intake off. I just sat it on the ground there, but this is like the hardest part of this is going to be, I had to excuse me, I'm right by a road and apparently everybody's out with their loudest vehicles today. Anywho, so the hardest part is getting the lines out. This top one is going to be your easier one. You got these little locks that are set in place. They go in those little sections on, if you can see it, this. So once you get the lock out, and it's the bottom one is going to be your toughest one to get. I use this little pick right here. It works wonders in a lot of different instances, but this is the one that I use in order to get those little locks out. There's two of them, and once you get that out, you put a little pressure on it, pulling the line out, and your line will come out and you'll have some oil coming from out of there. The other part is under the truck, which is fairly simple. I let this sit overnight too, and I did not start it this morning before I came out here and started messing with it, but it runs down here right by your oil filter. And let me see if I can get a good shot of it, because this is being a little difficult. All right, we got a light here. So I had to mention I'm on ground, on the regular ground here. All right, so then up here you're gonna have a bolt that's holding this bracket on, that holds it in place. Or not a bolt, a nut that goes onto the bolt for the bracket to mount. So I already took that off and everything. So as you can see, everything is loose. It's gonna drain. So I got that oil draining. But as you can see, everything is loose. The only thing I gotta do is pull it out and route it back through. And that's pretty much it for that oil cooler line. All right, so upon further working on this darn thing here, your hard part is going to be routing this. This is still the old one, and I'm having a little trouble getting that out. As you can tell, the weirdest of, I don't know, bends and folds in this thing. But anyway, it's caused me to have some issues getting that out. The best way that you're going to be able to get this out, it's going to be a lot of back and forth between up top and below, because you're going to have to guide these. They're going to get caught up on stuff, you know, between the fan and wires and hoses or whatnot. This one I finally got free. I think we can get that one out. Now I got to work on this one to get it out. But like I said, your best way to route it, to get it out and back in, but you know, the same way you take it out, the same way you put it in, it's going to be under the vehicle. You got way more space, so it's going to have to come out up top here, and it's going to be some wiggling and turning and, you know, basically kind of finessing it to make sure that you can get it out without damaging anything else. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. And once I get that, we should be golden. But until then, I'll be right back. All right, and that's what we are looking for. Like I said, the routing part was the hardest part to get it out. And had a little issue with the leak there, as you can tell. Now I get the pleasure of going back under the truck and routing it back through, which should be interesting, to say the least. So I'm going to try not to break anything in the process of doing that. Like I said, it doesn't take a lot. As long as you're a little mechanically inclined, you can be able to figure most of this stuff out. You get your biggest headache right in this general region of taking it out. Get down in there. This is where you get most of your headache at. Having to twist and turn two lines that are technically single lines, but they kind of flow together. You catch a little bit of a headache in this general region. So now I'm going to force this new one back through, and we should have a winner. All right, and we're back again after further struggling with this bad boy. We finally got this motherfucker to pay attention. Hold on, focus. Yeah, there you go. We finally got it to cooperate, not pay attention. Sorry. And trying to get a view on that bottom one there. That was the hard part. It's a little bit difficult to get to, but that's your one right there. And at the bottom, like I said, I ran it back through the same way that it came, and I'm coming back up under here to tighten this down, because she is going to leak if we don't. And you see I got one side in. We had to guide that bad boy in there. For whatever reason, this is Adina, and Adina does not want to cooperate today for some strange reason, but you know, she's gonna do it because I said so. All right, doggone bolt dropped on the ground. All right, sorry about that. So with these, you have to use a little bit of force with them because of that the seal in it. It has a piece of rubber in it, so you have to press and twist and press and twist and press and twist until you get it, you know, to line up, because you know, nothing is simple for some reason. So that's what I'm dealing with at this very moment. But as you can tell, that's really all it takes. It should line up perfectly once I get both hands back on it. Trying to do it with one hand ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to guide it a little bit, but everything else is back in place. And once we get back up here to the front, this is the other part I forgot to mention. This little clamp, it can be a little bit of a bitch to work out. The one that I had, well, this one, when I first got to it, it was flipped over. Where's my screwdriver? So I couldn't get my screwdriver in there like I wanted to be able to loosen it. I wish this thing would focus. There it is, focus. So I couldn't do this so easily from the bottom of it because, yeah, it was on the bottom. I don't know who did this. They probably had this on a lift or something before when they put this truck together or something like that. But once you do that, that pops out. And that's really all that is. But I had to work with that from the top part, even though it was on the bottom. and it goes like that. Once you get it back on or off, we snap that bad boy back in there, and that's it. We got it. Well, hold on, wait a minute. No, let me not lie. This is a very important part. Okay, let's see if we can't see this as I do it. So that's a fun one. That's a fun one. So, I'm gonna put this back in place. It just slides over and snaps in. It's a snap ring. So you see how that goes there, and then stretch it a little bit. Oh, now she want to play with me. Come on. But I got that. I got my thumb on it, and I'll just. Oh, today we are not cooperating, huh? All right. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold that thought. I'm still here, guys. Sheesh. Never this freaking difficult. At least not to go back on. Boy. Alright, let's see if we can't get a better shot from over here. So, that's it. You see how it's locked in there. Only thing you gotta do is pop it on. Make sure it's flush on both sides. And it came with these little covers. You pop that back on too. You do the same thing at the bottom, which for me, it's probably gonna be a little bit difficult to get to. Not only because this truck is tall, it makes me feel short. Where are you? Trying to find her. She's down in there she is. All right. And these things came marked. I don't know if you guys can tell from here, but there's a little coloring right in those little holes, and it's yellow, so that's what you need to be able to see. That's how you know you got it in there for far enough. And we'll take it. Come on, there she blows. And make sure she snaps in. I knew it. These things don't like to cooperate half the time, for whatever reason. Wish I had better lighting for you guys. I can see it, but I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on. Hey, we got ourselves some light. Ain't want that. Oh, come on out of there. She's gonna go over the side. Oh no, I think I just dropped that. All right, be glad I like you guys a little bit. Anyway, you want this bad boy to go over to where we'll sit her down right in there. Slide it back over. And this cover. And we back in business, baby. And that's all it really takes. I know the video seems a little bit long. It takes a little while, mainly on the guiding it back through part and guiding it out really. But you're going to lose oil in the process of it, so make sure you check your oil level after you're done, just to be on the safe side. You don't want to ruin your vehicle if you can help it. So check your oil level if need be, top it off, run it, and check for leaks. Make sure you're not leaking anywhere as it gets up to operating temperature. And once you know you're good, you can go ahead and take off. Street Raiders.